Good evening, everybody, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak here. An overview and the data from five breast care centers in India. Greetings from Pune, International School of Oncoplastic Surgery and Center for Translational Research. There is global evidence about the devastating effect of impact of mastectomy. There is evidence today of at least five different reports of survival advantage after BCT as compared to mastectomy. Though this has been challenged, it at least means that BCT is as good as mastectomy in overall survival. The WCI data, surgery from five centers, shows that the breast conservation rate is only 42%. Can oncoplastic surgery, which is a new paradigm, give more choice and reduce the mastectomy rate? Because all these indications for mastectomy as of today have become relative contraindications, and one can offer breast conservation using oncoplastic techniques. There is a problem in India. There are lots of challenges for OBS acceptance. If in reputed centers the breast cancer, the BCT rate is only 42%, the overall rate in India must be as low as 10 to 15%. This is because of lack of awareness, costs and affordability, lack of trained oncoplastic surgeons. Most of the patients are unaware and are never come back. They are reluctant for opposite breast stigmatization. Large percentage of patients need radiation therapy, which sometimes is unavailable. And one surgeon concept, the oncoplastic surgeon concept, is probably an answer to some of these problems that I mentioned before. Is this the way to treat a large patient with a large breast with a large tumor? No, therapeutic mammoplasty is the way to go. And this is the incorporation of oncoplastic application of breast reduction and mastopexy to treat select breast cancer tumors for BCS. It is used for large excision in ptotic breasts, in patients who where the tumor is in sensitive areas of areas for deformity. To reduce radiotherapy and complications of radiotherapy. As we know, macromastia and radiation has very severe side effects sometimes in macromastia patients, and this has reported well in literature and in re-excision cases. Where does therapeutic mammoplasty come in the classification of breast surgery? According to Krishna Klau, it's in the level 2 OPS. But the consensus conference on standardization of oncoplastic surgery used in Europe, the surgeons, when they took a poll, they suggested that there was a need for standardization, reclassification, and nomenclature, outcome assessment. They talked about the need for standardization and of the need for reporting on patient-reported outcomes. They also said that one must take pictures pre-op and post-op so as to document your aesthetic results, and which could be then compared between centers. A consensus definition came up in USA where volume displacement level 1 was less than 20%, level 2 was 20 to 50%, and then the volume replacement. Silverstein, in his epochal paper, suggested that breast oncoplasty determinants are tumor to breast size ratio, tumor location, degree of ptosis, breast density, patient feelings about anatomy, goals for final outcome. And accordingly, he suggested 4 levels, and therapeutic mammoplasty came divided between level 2 and level 3, and the simple reduction surgeries were in level 1, level 2, and the more advanced therapeutic mammoplasty was in level 3. Suggestion for classification of OBS could be level 1, which would in the other classification be the simple ones, that is crescent, round block, bat wing, wide local excision with mobilization. Level 2 would be more complex with Grissotti flap, V-plasty, and therapeutic mammoplasty, which would be the simple therapeutic mammoplasty, which I will describe a little later. Level 3 OBS, complex therapeutic mammoplasty with opposite symmetrization, perforator flaps, remote flaps, and this would be level 3 or complex 2 OBS. And then the extreme OBS, where they would actually classify for mastectomy, but because of oncoplastic breast surgery, they could be offered breast cancer surgery. We propose a consensus meeting for the reclassification strategy in oncoplastic surgery. This was a graph suggested by Douglas Macmillan and Stephen. It is excellent. It shows that larger the breast tumor and the breast volume, one could offer therapeutic mammoplasty, and in the smaller breast, wide local excisions or volume replacements in patients who have larger tumors. And basically in level 2 complex oncoplastic level 2 oncoplastic procedures, the Grissotti flap, the V-plasty and therapeutic mammoplasty, the simple therapeutic mammoplasty, the level 2 complex, the level 2 therapeutic mammoplasty consisted of the therapeutic mammoplasties which where the tumor lies within the reduction pattern, and using these three pedicles one is able to excise tumors with just the ordinary reduction of the breast. Now, in therapeutic mammoplasty, which is complex, and that is level 3, one would have to deal with tumors which are larger, breasts which are larger, and tumors which are placed outside the reduction pattern, like it is shown in this. And one would need to use a dual pedicle, with the nipple areola being carried on one single pedicle, and the other pedicles, the lower pedicles, used for filling up the defects. So basically, this is the complex therapeutic mammoplasty, which we would suggest goes into level 3. And then comes the extreme oncoplastic options, where the large breast therapeutic mammoplasty with these large tumors, multicentric tumors, or DCIS, extensive DCIS, and in smaller breasts, the perforator flaps. The WCI data set, TM surgery cases demographics, age was 43 to 56 years, average cup size C and D, average ptosis grade 3, laterality right was 46%, left was 53%, and predominantly the tumors were in the upper outer quadrant. The TM surgeries comprised only 6% of BCS and 2% of all surgeries in this data set. And they were divided into simple, that is 70%, complex 21%, and extreme in 7.45%. Most of the patients, the Weiss pattern was used in 87% of cases, the superior medial pedicle in 57%, and inferior in 42%. NSC graft in 3 patients. Upfront surgeries were in 59% and post NSCT in 40.3%. The outcomes were very acceptable. Fat necrosis at 6.55%, nipple area necrosis at 2.73%, skin infections at 14.75%, re-excision at 1.09%, and local recurrence was at around 4.76%, reported by only one center. So basically only in 84 cases. So basically the overall the data set showed quite acceptable results with therapeutic mammoplasty in these 5 centers. Though the uptake of the therapeutic mammoplasty was low, and the reason probably was because most patients would not allow opposite breast symmetrization. Comparison of oncoplastic breast conservation and breast conservation meta-analysis shows that the re-excision was less common, positive margin rate was lower but not significant, and the local and distant recurrence rates, disease-free survival, and overall survival was the same. Oncoplastic surgeries, therapeutic mammoplasties, as compared to conventional BCT, higher percentage of clear margins, 3 versus 20 to 40%, less re-excision, less morbidity, less change of delay in therapy, less cost and distress of repeat surgeries, extremely useful post NSCT, large volumes of excision possible, better cost basis, and happier patients. And these are all the studies that showed that. Now, then extreme oncoplasty, there has been a growing interest, which started off with Silverstein describing what is extreme oncoplasty. That means in patients who would otherwise be offered mastectomy, use oncoplastic techniques to save the breast, and in extreme situations. And basically there are 6 reported such studies which have shown the safety of extreme oncoplasty. It is a consensus now, the global view, that patient satisfaction is an important aspect of reporting your outcomes. Not only reporting oncological and complications, but also patient satisfaction scores. And these are the health-related quality of life, the subjective perception of physical and social well-being, taking into account effects of illness and treatment, There is a surgeon's point of view is the oncological outcome, the surgical outcomes, and the aesthetic outcome. Patient's point of view is the quality of life and satisfaction, psychosocial sequelae, physical functioning, patient's perception of the outcomes. Patients themselves are the best assessors of their well-being. Someone else's proxy are not that good. Therefore, there are very few patient-reported outcome measures reported in literature, but that those very few have shown that the patients report long-lasting satisfaction after oncoplastic breast surgeries, and the outcomes are compare very favorably with those reported following mastectomy and immediate autologous reconstruction. In fact, they were better. And there is this study which has shown that there was a significantly better outcome for psychosocial well-being patients treated with OBS as compared to BCS. There was no statistical difference, though there was a trend towards a better physical well-being, satisfaction of the breast with OBS techniques, but otherwise there were no satisfaction. There's no statistical difference. No increase in physical discomfort because of more extensive surgery. One of the centers, that is ours, has reported on the PROMS and has shown excellent satisfaction with breast and psychosocial well-being, physical well-being, and is probably the way to go. We would suggest that all breast centers take up this issue and report on PROMS, because that is the one way of really assessing the how your oncoplastic surgery is being accepted by patients. In conclusion, therapeutic myoplasty is an excellent tool in the management of breast cancer. It is needed only in about 10 to 15% of breast surgeries as reported internationally. And in this report, there is only a 6% of OBS cases that are therapeutic myoplasties, and only 2% of all breast surgeries out of the 7,000 cases were therapeutic myoplasties. So therefore, the rate is small. The complication rates are acceptable. Favorable oncological outcomes such as margin positivity, re-excision rates, and local recurrence rates. PROMS, which is very important to report and should be reported by all centers, but in the report of one of the centers has shown good acceptability of the procedure by the Indian patients. Adopting this would help centers increase the rate of adopting oncoplastic breast surgery would probably help centers increase the rate of breast conservation surgery. What they need to do is create an awareness about breast conservation surgery among the community, where patients are actually counseled. The community is counseled and made aware that breast conservation is as good, at least, as mastectomy, if not better, and the quality of life is better after breast conservation. Good counseling could increase the uptake of the procedure. Counseling the patient requires probably 1, 2, or 3 sessions to give them the advantages of a therapeutic myoplasty procedure over ordinary breast conservation or a mastectomy, and probably the uptake of the procedure would be higher. Thank you so much, and thank you for this opportunity to speak at the conference.